Hoopers, it's Deanne Love here, and in this tutorial series, we are going from beginners to beyond. So we're taking a foundational hoop move and we're giving it a bit extra. We're looking at what comes next, or what else could I do with this foundational move. I am taking the beginner moves from my 28-day starter pack over on learn.hooploves.tv. So if you've already been doing that with me, or you've done it with me in the past, perfect. And if not, I'm going to break down the foundational move. This week, we'll be looking at passing. I am going to be using a 90 centimeter Poly Pro, 35 inch, but you can use any size hoop that you like. Grab yours now and let's get started. Now, passing, I think it is the first horizontal foundational trick that I share or I teach in my beginner's starter pack. So let's make it more fabulous. Let's see what comes next. I feel like when I worked out this transition, I thought that I was a queen or a king, whatever. So come along with me, because this is the kind of move that if you've been working on your passing, this is just going to totally make it more fabulous. And it is a step through. So we're going to go from passing around the waist to a step through, passing around the head, and then I'll give you some more tips onto where you can go from there. All right, so let's break down the pass first of all, if you're not familiar with the pass. And if you are, then you can be practicing warming up, getting limber and ready. So hands out in front, pointer fingers together. The hoop is going to be generally horizontal, but it doesn't matter if it's not super flat. And what we're going to do is take the hoop halfway around to the back and make sure that both hands are down so that your pinky fingers, they don't have to be touching each other, but they are towards each other. A lot of hoopers go to grab with their hand or palm up, and that means that you'll go into a twister, which is not such a bad thing. But we're going to go for this flat passing. So pointer fingers together, halfway, knuckles up, palms down, pinky fingers towards each other. Halfway pass, halfway pass. Halfway pass, halfway. So what we're doing is a half circle, and then we're passing it at the back, a half circle, and we're passing it at the front. Now, just from there, you can turn that very stagnant passing move into something quite beautiful simply by passing from right hand to left hand or left hand to right hand. So try that out now, or try that the next time that you put on a piece of beautiful music that you like, passing the hoop around as you're turning. Now, when you are simply going with the idea of passing from right hand to left hand, you can pass the hoop up. You can stop and go in the opposite direction. You can hold just one hand on the hoop before you pass it. And you can really play with levels and expression by that very simple foundational move. So never believe that you have to have really wildly complex tricks to feel flow, to feel like you're engaged in hooping. You can take something as simple as passing and really put your own spin or twist on it. Okay, but we're going to do something cool. So from passing, the next time the hoop comes out in front, what you're going to do is twist it to this vertical with your thumb up. Now, if it's in your right hand, your left leg will go through. If it's in your left hand, your right leg will go through. So remember, your thumb is up and you're going to orbit it around the outside of you, but you're going to go through the middle. Looks like this. Let's break it down first. Opposite side leg steps through, head goes through, and same side leg comes through. So passing, next time it comes to the front, flip your thumb up, step, head, step. Okay, you can try that as many times as you like. Step, head, step. Now, the difference between stepping through all hunched down and stepping through with a little bit more grace and energy are a few things. Tip number one is to make your legs nice and long by pointing your toes. So make your legs nice and long by pointing your toes. The second tip is that, yes, you do need to bend your head through, but you can come back upright. So you don't have to be hunched down and over like this the whole time. So you just have to have the hoop go over your head and then come up. And then the third tip is that you can turn or jump or bring some other kind of energy to this step through. So if you want to, if your hoop is going around to the left, you can also follow that momentum. And as the hoop comes around in front of you, remember thumb goes up, you can do a half hop and turn, half hop and turn, so that you do a whole 360. Optional, of course. There's always layers. Now, when you get out and you finish your step through, you're like, what do I do now? How do I keep flowing? This is one of the big questions that I get from hoopers, like, what do I do next? And your brain and your body will naturally ask that. What do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? Don't stop. Go back into that passing. Now that might mean, remember all it is from right to left. That might mean that you raise your hand up and you bring your other hand inside and you start to propel at the top or the bottom or under a leg. You're simply going to keep the hoop passing around your body. So we pass at waist height. We do a step through, maybe raise your hand up. You'll notice that the hand grip is a little bit different here. So I'm going to take my other hand on the inside. Then I can bring it back down and pass around. Opposite direction, take it up, take it down. Don't be afraid to experiment. If you just think of some simple rules, like I'm just going to pass from my right hand to my left hand and keep my hoop fairly horizontal, if that is the concept that you're playing with, you can really bring a whole bunch of energy and movement and style and pace and technique and your own flair to something very simple. So you can take it from beginner to beyond. I hope that you have fun with that step through and you're passing variations and levels and energy and style. Learn.hooplovers.tv. That is where the 28-day beginners pack and all of the other courses are. And of course, Instagram, I'm always over there, and links to everything down below. So many hooping resources. I can't stop because you're all too epic. So thank you for joining me. Come along next week for another Beginners to Beyond. Big hoop love from me to you. Mwah.